Greetings and salutations, this is Huge Ass! And this is my look at the fourth of Taboo Conspiracy's so-called Flat Earth truths, which are in fact Flat Earth lies. Indeed, we're 3 videos in and there hasn't been any truth whatsoever. Pretty much everything he said in his last video was explained by refraction. And I think he realised that because his 4th video is all about refraction and how it proves, in his mind, the flat Earth rather than the globe Earth reality. Now, if you've got the mental acuity of a dried up jellyfish, you might fall for his sophistry. But I'm sure you're not an idiot, and it'll make it easy for me to show how he's lying to you. So having said that, on with the stupid.
As I have proven, and will continue to prove.
Look at that, straight out of the gate, an utter lie, as I have proven in my previous 3 videos, and I will continue to prove in the remainder of this series.
When visibility is high without miraging, we see way too far in total contradiction to the globe model.
He means in contradiction to what he thinks the globe model actually is. Flurfs are notoriously bad at understanding the globe model. That's why they're flurfs.
Because of these repeatable observations that anyone can perform,
and apparently anyone can misunderstand. If you have exactly the same atmospheric conditions, yes, you can repeat them. But on different days, you're going to get different results. As he brilliantly demonstrates later on, debunking himself.
The only counterclaim the globe propagandist has is refraction.
Now, Taboo, do you ever stop and think as to why that is? I mean, there are people who actually say 2 + 2 = 5. And the counterclaim to that is, it's 4. Why is 4 the counterclaim? Could it be that it's correct?
As though refraction has this fairy tale property that inexplicably removes all evidence of giant bulges of Earth curvature. The globe claim is patently false.
Nothing you've said so far proves that. It's as if it's just what you want it to be. Not really evidence, is it? And you seem to have an unhealthy fascination with bulges. No one claims that there's a bulge, there's a curve, but not a bulge. Attacking a claim that no one made is by definition a straw man, and therefore not a valid argument.
As shown here and in countless examples, refraction is real. It compresses, it stretches, it distorts, it obscures and mirages. You can see it with your own eyes.
And this is what I meant earlier about him debunking his own claim. This video perfectly demonstrates that refraction enables us to see further than we would normally at times, and at other times not. Conditions change, and our ability to see further changes. All perfectly reasonable under the globe model, but oh so readily misinterpreted and misunderstood by flurfs.
But the globe propagandists have hijacked the term refraction and took this observable reality and deceptively changed refraction into an imaginary Earth curvature removing device.
Well, given you're actually playing a video that shows Earth curvature being removed due to refraction, who's being the deceiver?
In my last video, I shared this footage proving the Earth is flat. The globe horizon was supposed to be closer than 2.3 miles, but the horizon is many miles beyond 11.2 miles. The globe bulge was supposed to be blocking 25 feet of the first turbine and blocking 53 feet of the furthest turbine. Instead, you can see the base of the turbines getting perspectively higher instead of sinking below the supposed Earth bulge as the ball would require. The globe propagandist's only counterclaim is that refraction caused the Earth bulge to disappear without a trace and then reappear miles beyond 11.2 miles, all without affecting the 6 turbines in between.
Classic misuse of a tool to suit your own purposes, which of course is the action of a deceiver. Almost all Earth curvature calculators enable you to take refraction into account. But Taboo didn't do that at all in any of these calculations. As you can see, there's massive refraction going on in this image. When this video first came out, I did a debunk of it, and I calculated that refraction only needed to bend the light about 1 degree. Link to that video in the corner.
I hope you already see that the refraction claim is without merit.
Based on what, Taboo? Based on what? You haven't presented any information that says that. In fact, you presented some videos that show that you're wrong. That's precisely why we laugh at you.
I filmed this footage as my wife walked from the top of the beach all the way to the water's edge, where she placed a 4-foot mirror into the water 6.3 miles away. I filmed her the entire way, but the globe curvature was supposed to be hiding 12 feet. But look at this still from the video. There is absolutely no distortion of the distant shore.
There isn't? Let's have a look at that footage again. Yeah, that looks pretty distorted. Also, I'd like a little bit more data and verification of that data. What was your height? How do you prove that that was your height? Provide some evidence of how far away she was. What was the lapse rate in the atmosphere at the time? What was the water temperature at the time? Because that would affect the atmosphere. And it looks pretty windy given all the white caps. So how can you say it's not distorted? And remember, over a long distance, light doesn't have to bend by more than a degree or so for you to be able to see a long way away. You missing out on providing key data shows that you're either trying to deceive or you're just incompetent. Or both.
But this 12 feet here should be behind the curvature of the Earth, like this. Did that 12 feet hop the curvature without causing a cascade of distortion? If 12 feet jumped the curvature, wouldn't it then overlap the 12 feet above it, causing manifest distortion? Are we to believe that every inch up to at least 100 feet uniformly arced perfectly over the curvature to present this flat, non-distorted distant shore? Ridiculous.
New word salad cream. It's flat free. Get your salads extra fluffy with word salad cream. Taste it today.
That tastes like shit!
And here we find the last resort of the charlatan. He hasn't provided the data you need to check that he's saying the truth, so he just bamboozles you with word salad. He's hoping that you're simple enough that to hear all those words that sound really smart, that you will conclude that he knows what he's talking about without critically thinking about it. That's a trick. Don't fall for it.
In this example I shared in my Flat Earth Fact Video 1, the distant shore was 21.03 miles away. You can see the non-distorted distant shore. 223 feet should have been hidden behind the Earth curvature, but none of it is. If 223 feet hopped over the curvature, where is the manifest distortion, as that 223 feet would then overlap the 223 feet above it?
What on earth are you actually saying? What a load of rubbish!
There is zero evidence of this refraction distortion, and the mountain behind evinces the same.
Zero evidence? Zero evidence of distortion? Are you blind?
At the same spot, I then filmed my friend's laser that should have been 218 feet below the horizon.
Dealt with this in my first video in this series, link in the corner.
Not only did I film the bright laser source, but I also filmed the reflection of the laser source on the water, which would have appeared somewhere around here on a ball.
Taboo, I don't know what sort of balls you use, but that is in no way a sphere. And everything is exaggerated way out of proportion. Are you not interested in presenting a real representation of what's going on?
Think about that reflection on the water. Bear in mind that the reflection would have been angled away from my point of view.
It would, but wasn't the laser pointed at you? I mean, we can see it there. Why would the reflection be pointed away from your point of view? It's almost as if you think your viewers are so stupid that they never even check anything you say.
But the giant bulge supposedly just disappeared, and everything in the distance wrapped around the Earth curvature perfectly to keep the image intact.
There you go with bulges again. And yes, as you demonstrated earlier, the light does wrap around the curves and keeps the image intact.
Furthermore, if that nonsensical refraction event happened, why didn't the bulge itself jump up and still continue to block the laser? How did refraction affect everything but the closer giant bulge, but instead made the bulge disappear?
You really should see someone about this bulge obsession. And also about the fact that you're strawmanning the globe model. You either have no idea what it is, or you're just making shit up. Or both.
To be honest,
If you were honest, Taboo, I wouldn't need to make this video.
and reasonable thinking person,
Do I have to play the clip again?
the refraction argument of the globe propagandist is utter nonsense and should be shunned as such.
Which might be a reasonable statement if you actually presented anything that disproved it. But you didn't. In fact, you presented something that proved it. And yet somehow you cling to it like a lamprey. I really hope your viewers aren't the dumbasses that implies. It's for them that I make these videos. Don't be fooled by this lying charlatan. The Earth is not flat. And don't be like him, replacing real evidence with rubbish evidence. Don't give him the attention. He doesn't deserve it. The corgi's warming up, so if you like this video, click the like button. It really helps me out, as does leaving a comment. And if you'd like to see more of what I do, click the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you get notified of future videos that I put out. And if you really like what I do, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button below. For $3.99 Australian a month, that means you're a part of the huge ass movement. So there's nothing left to do but cue the corgi.
You